Sit that right there, don't go nowhere, little baby gon' shake that, 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 shake, yeah, I like that, bring that right here, sit that right there, don't go.
Welcome back, we back with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to a Matty Balls video, the most intense arguments in Breakfast Club history. It's probably all gonna be involving Charlamagne, except for that one time that man, DJ Envy was getting exposed. Cause his wife, y'all know. Well, if y'all don't know, hey, his wife wrote a tell-all book. Let me see something. That ain't bad. Let's get it poppin'. Let's get right into it.
The Breakfast Club is one of the most iconic radio shows in hip-hop, and they have interviewed a ton of huge artists. But these interviews don't always go well. From heated arguments and guests crying to people straight up leaving, these are the most intense moments in Breakfast Club history, starting off with the Beanie Sigel interview. Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee have interviewed tons of people over the Breakfast Club's 15-year run. And while there are a bunch of classic interviews which highlight the show's good side, there are quite a few heated moments that have taken place on the show as well. And Charlamagne in particular is known for pushing the guest buttons. So a perfect example to start with is the 2016 Beanie Sigel interview. Beanie Sigel is most known for his early connections with Rockefeller Records. Overall, he's pretty well liked in the industry and is even credited for giving Ye the nickname Yeezy. Before this interview, there was a little bit of tension because Charlamagne had made some comments about Beanie Sigel and Meek Mill's beef, suggesting that Beans was wishy-washy. So from the start of the show, Charlamagne jumped right into it, addressing the tension.
Now, we've had some opinions about each other over the past month or so. I heard you on Tax Podcast.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was questioning you with your diss records, man. You sounded like a hater lately, man.
A hater?
Yeah.
How you say that, hater?
Because I feel like, you know, you put out 2 diss records, but then you was in the studio with me like 8 days prior to the first diss record. And I'm like, if anybody else did that, I think you'd be saying that was a sucker move. That's
I don't think you qualified to even say I sound like a hater because you don't know all the particulars. So how you qualified to say I'm a hater? Hate on what?
Well,
and why?
I'm just telling you. Based
But
on
why do you say I'm a hater?
Because, you know, everything is that used to be me, and I used to be in that position.
When did you ever hear me say that?
Real quick, you might have noticed the pissed off meter they had in the corner, and the floating head is Fredro Starr from Onyx, who had one of the most heated Breakfast Club rants of all time.
Why we got an issue?
Because the way you brought up some shit on some slick shit, I ain't with all that, B. I'm a real nigga.
Oh, you talking about the
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
All right, I mean, what you want me to do? You say it.
I want you to do nothing, nigga. You gonna do what you gonna do.
I mean, you said it.
That niggas ain't play my fucking record up here.
I ain't heard of records.
You don't need to, nigga.
Why we got an issue, bro?
Because you brought some shit up that I ain't like, nigga, and I don't like that, nigga. I ain't no bitch ass nigga.
I ain't say you was, but you
don't
said
play
it.
Breakfast Club, nigga. Let's get on with the interview.
What you want me to do?
You can't do nothing, nigga. You can't do nothing, nigga. That's what I'm saying, nigga. You can't do nothing, big man. You can't do nothing, nigga. I know it's so fucking good, nigga.
I ain't for that.
Playing the garbage, nigga.
So it's still pretty funny that they referenced that. Charlamagne kept asking questions that upset Beans, which created this very obvious and almost cringy tension throughout the entire interview. Charlamagne kept pressing Beans about his beef with Meek Mill. To fill you all in, basically Meek and Beanie were cool for quite a while, as both rappers are from Philly. But then all of a sudden, after some bubbling rumors of beef, Beanie Sigel took aim at Meek Mill on a podcast. Then Meek posted some text that made it seem like they were cool literally a week before Beans took aim at him. So Charlamagne is saying that it seems like he's just wishy-washy, switching up on his friends, which clearly upset Beans.
But you don't think Beans, after a while, it starts to look like your MO, like when something don't go Beans' way, Beans gets upset?
Like, you keep harping on that. Didn't we just answer that?
Whether it was with Hov or like now with me.
That's personal, dog. That was personal. I explained that already. He put the call and I was dead, strapped tooth to nail, ready to.
No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. After I heard, I think it was like a short. After I heard that this nigga Jay pulled up the Beanie Sigel crib and ate his mom's food, bro. And he still did him how he did him, bro. Nah, that nigga Jay kind of fugazi, bro. That's not a good friend for
Bust ass about the. Is he a part of our family? You understand what I'm saying?
Now, for people that don't know.
You know how you don't understand? Because you know why? Because you not from that cloth.
That's cool. I don't get it.
You not. That's why you don't understand that.
Time to be wasting time with suckers. I think you think it's suckers.
Okay, so why I'm here? I think you're a sucker. So I should be out, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, that's me personally. I wouldn't sit there and have a conversation with a sucker.
Yeah, you'll sit here and you'll bash a little girl, little mama, until she cry. That's what you do. Coward,
well, we talk, me and you talking to each other now. I tell you that I think you're a hypocrite.
You can think what you want.
And I think you be coming off as a hater sometimes.
It got to the point where Beans would low-key threaten Charlamagne, saying no one would dare square up with him. But of course that wouldn't stop Charlamagne the God from pushing his buttons over and over again, right up until the end of the interview.
Well, I know I'm not qualified to speak on this, but you can understand how some people don't think what you're doing is all the way solid.
You might not think that, and you're not qualified, dog. You're a radio personality, man. You don't come from my world. You wouldn't understand my world. You don't come from my world. You don't know nothing about it.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, stop running your fucking mouth, man.
I don't want
Stop running your fucking mouth. You shouldn't. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
No doubt.
You're talking about somebody who went to war with police. It's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Murders in the height of my career. It's dangerous. You don't know nothing about that, man.
No.
You sit up here and your job is to play
Beans
games.
is gonna slap the shit.
Play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
It was clear that Beans was close to snapping throughout this entire interview, but he held it together for the whole time. He also dropped some classic lines like, "Play with something safe, don't play with me." And fans in the comments all generally supported Beans, saying it felt like Charlemagne was attacking him the entire time. So besides Charlemagne's comments before about Beans' beef with Meek, there wasn't really any notable beef between those two outside the interview. And afterwards, not much else happened besides DJ Envy and Angela Yee reflecting on the situation.
Hold on, one of the comments said that was their first time ever. Hold on, let me go to the comment. This is my first time hearing about Beanie. This man is cold. His patience, his swag, his voice. That's not his OG voice though, mama. Like, it's just not. It's not. It's after, did he get shot? I think he got shot and it messed up his windpipe or something like that. But yeah, that's not his OG voice. We need to go back in the days. No cap. Charlemagne is the guy on the basketball team whose role is to get punched in the face. Oh, Jordan Poole. Charlemagne got some balls for calling Beans a hater in the very beginning. I don't know if he has balls. I think it's more so one of those things like, if he hits me, nigga, we're on camera and I can just sue him. But I don't know how much money Beans has or had at the time. So I don't know how lucrative suing him would have been. But yeah, it was probably one of those situations. He's trying to go with somebody and hitting him for a paycheck.
So besides Charlemagne's comments before about Beans' beef with Meek, there wasn't really any notable beef between those two outside the interview. And afterwards, not much else happened besides DJ Envy and Angela Yee reflecting on the situation in an interview with Drink Champs.
You thought Beans was gonna snuff Charlemagne at that time? I didn't think he was gonna snuff Charlemagne, but I knew he was gonna have some words for him and I knew it was gonna be tense. See, one thing about Beans is Beans is back in the day he probably would have swung on Charlemagne, but now Beans is a businessman. Right. He knows what his beef has gotten him. I mean, because you got kids that didn't know who Beanie Siegel was, but now they know who Beanie is, so now he knows he has to deliver music. So he's gonna play up, he's gonna do what he has to say. So I knew he wouldn't necessarily swing, but I didn't know that it was gonna get to it. Like it was gonna give 10.
But like I said earlier, Charlemagne beefing with his guests is not a one-off occasion. And another iconic one was his beef with Birdman. If you don't know much about Birdman, he's a rapper and co-founder of Cash Money Records who helped develop artists like Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj. And like Charlemagne, Birdman is also no stranger to beef. So this combo created one of the most iconic interviews in Breakfast Club history.
Yes, sir. I want to start this shit off straight, telling all three of y'all stop playing with my name. Let's go on there. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name.
Let's do it on camera.
Stop playing with my name.
Let's go right on there.
Bro, he got up for like 30 seconds. I mean, sat down for like 30 seconds to get up, bro.
Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all. Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. I wanted to talk to you, your man, in your face.
Absolutely.
You understand me? I knew a few places you was at. I could have pulled up, but I don't think that was gangster. I wanted to come look you in your face like a man and tell you how I feel.
Okay.
You understand me? Straight up like a man.
So what's the issue?
Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop, put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
Did you pull up on Ross that way or Trick Daddy?
Man, I'm pulling up on you, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm the radio guy. Why pull up on the radio guy? Don't act tough with the radio guy.
I hear you, my nigga. Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.
Brother, you pulled up.
All right.
I didn't understand that. Brother, he gassed up a jet just to pull up and say 17 to 25 words, baby. Brother, go do something lucrative with your bread. What are you talking about, man? Could have spent that money on a book bag, try to get some kids some school supplies, something, bro. You trolling this.
See you later, nigga.
Could have fed the homeless. This nigga pulled up on some homeless.
The interview lasted around 2 minutes and was one of the shortest interviews the Breakfast Club has ever had. And while everyone was laughing at the interview, some people were also super confused why Birdman came in so hot, since he usually doesn't even do interviews. And it turns out that Charlemagne had been talking pretty bad about Birdman through the years, especially about how the label owner underpaid his artists and him kissing Lil Wayne. Shortly after, this interview went super viral and everyone started weighing in on it, giving their opinions, including Birdman himself.
And I felt it was time for me to go sit down and see this man. I think for a few years he's been just slandering my name, just playing with my name and not respecting me to me as a man. It was deeper than music to me. So I just wanted to go up there and see what's happening, man. Put some respect on my name, straight up.
In the rest of the interview, Birdman promoted his Put Some Respect on My Name t-shirt and explained that he usually doesn't pay attention to drama, but since Charlemagne had been talking for years, he felt like the confrontation was needed. But his response was mild compared to Young Thug, who decided to hop in and make some threats at our boy Charlemagne.
Charlemagne, this nigga torture you, boy. I told you, pussy, I'm gonna beat the fuck out you.
Then Charlemagne gave his reaction with DJ Vlad, where he said before the interview he had never even met Birdman, so the beef didn't even feel real to him.
Like I always tell people, I'm fully aware of the things that I've said, you know, and the things that I've said is, why would anybody ever sign to Birdman when it's a history of him not paying his artists? I mean, we've heard this since the Hot Boy days, and I mean now, the man that he calls his son, man, he got tattoos on his chest, the man we've seen him kiss. He's going through it with Birdman. You see him on stage saying F Cash Money, F the Birdman. Yeah. So it's like I've expressed that numerous amounts of times. And I'm the radio guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here proclaiming to be a thug. I'm not out here proclaiming to be a gangster. I ain't never told nobody pull up on me and, you gonna see what's up and what's what, I'm a man at the end of the day. But go pull up on the guy that's being tough with you.
Charlemagne then said that Birdman reached out to come back on The Breakfast Club again, but he claims he said no since he felt there was no point after how the first interview went. And since DJ Envy and Birdman are friends, Charlemagne said that shortly after the interview the two spoke on the phone and cleared the air. But Envy wasn't the only one to squash the beef. Even Charlemagne and Birdman eventually did as well.
Birdman is somebody who, me being from the South, he's an OG that I look up to as far as like what he's built, as far as being a mogul. Like, you can't deny him. Yeah. You can't deny what Young Money, Cash Money has done. And my man, Big Bank from the Big Facts podcast, he put us on the phone one time together. And I was able to tell him that. And it was just mutual respect, so that was a fulfilling conversation.
And ironically, this phone call ended up being longer than the actual interview. And while Charlemagne's been the main reason for the issues so far, and DJ Envy is usually catching some strays, in the interview with Deezus and Mero, DJ Envy was actually the one who started the beef. Deezus and Mero are a pair of comedians who got popular with their podcast Bodega Boys, which got them an even bigger late-night talk show called Deezus and Mero. Then they decided to go on The Breakfast Club in 2018. DJ Envy, who always introduces the guests, opened up by calling the two dickhead and pussy out of nowhere. Envy said the two owe his wife an apology because they made a joke that she was only there for Envy's money.
This is the most moist moment on this. Bruh, this nigga trying to fake press two niggas, bruh. Like, bro, no one is scared of Envy. I don't know what he had going on. I don't know why he was trying to act extra tough. Brother, there's no need for you to do this. I understand. You a New York nigga, so New York niggas just think off top, they just the toughest to ever live. But brother, it don't gotta be all that. You could have just had a conversation. You popped it off, nigga. You invited these niggas to the radio station just to try them over words, nigga. They're comedians or funny guys. I don't know if they're comedians, but what are you talking about? You're wilding.
This is because Envy and his wife had a cheating scandal, and they discussed it on a TV show. Deezus and Mero reacted to the clip on their show and cracked some jokes, which clearly upset Envy. Envy even had the clip loaded up for the interview.
Everything was fantastic. He was a wonderful father. He never failed at that. I really didn't see any red signs.
He's like, damn, you lying as hell. You lying like a motherfucker for me. I appreciate you, queen.
Any red signs. Wow. And when I found out, I hired a divorce attorney.
Wow.
I even began to prep my kids. And
how do you prep your kid? Your daddy ain't shit.
Envy was ready to speak his piece.
Talk to him.
Envy.
He did it with the echo shit too, like, yo, I ain't really sorry.
I felt like a letdown. I felt like a failure. And like I was Rashawn at home, but in the streets I was DJ Envy. So it was two different people. And
I didn't know DJ Envy.
Right. And it was a situation.
Oh, you know them DJ Envy checks though?
What?
I don't know.
You know them DJ Envy checks, so that's a little disrespectful, bro.
That was a joke, Envy.
Brother, he literally pulled out of the joke like mid-joke. Like he literally bailed out on the joke mid-joke. I don't see what. Okay.
For real? All right, I apologize then.
They assured that it was just a joke and apologized, but Envy was still mad because the guys kept giving excuses for why the joke wasn't a big deal. But eventually the guys apologized even more and also shouted out the Birdman beef.
Okay, cool. You've established that. We understand. We're claro. Boom.
Everything good?
Everything's good.
Sure, y'all need 5 minutes, New York style. You know what I'm saying?
We can go. I got my Spanx on. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
good.
Woosah,
We can go inside. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody Woosah's fine. You good?
We put some respect on your name. You know what I'm saying?
So, Mero, you going to therapy now?
Yeah. It's very important. It's very important.
After a few more slight jokes that they made about Envy throughout the interview, Envy eventually got up and just left.
By the way, man, I don't know what kind of Jamaican voodoo Deezus put on me back in the day, but Deezus was trying to get me out the paint with black women for a long time.
Oh, here we go again. 3 years late. All right, but who? But it's you. You did your own grade.
This is childish. Here's my thing. Nigga, you literally allowed any and everybody to talk about your relationship however they wanted to. As soon as you put that on the internet, as soon as you put that in people's faces and said, yeah, I got a TV show, let's talk about blah, 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 blah. As soon as you said that, bro, you opened the gates, brother. Like, bro, why are you mad at niggas doing their thing, making content after you allowed them to make the content? Like, it's readily available. I'm confused.
It's your own grave. Every day you dig your own grave.
And it's not
like
like
you just
if
don't
you was
leave
my
it
man,
alone,
I can understand, but.
Yo, Envy just walked out here.
I mean, not for nothing. We doing a 5-city tour. So I mean, be sure to check that out. We got Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island.
Please,
So you just
please
doing
put
the
the camera on
tour?
Envy's chair right now. That nigga is light skinned. You hear me?
After this, Angela Yee explained that Envy takes things about his wife very seriously and that joking about it will set him off. The guys were both pretty confused.
So you take people joking about your wife very seriously, or things about your wife very seriously, but you didn't take your wife seriously enough to not cheat on her. Also, not be able to satisfy her according to her book. Okay, buddy. Chatting. Stop making up excuses for this nigga insensitive ass ego. That nigga chatting.
Confused because they weren't sure what else to do besides apologize, which they did multiple times, and then they just
apologize.
continued joking
Don't
by
answer if you
apologizing
feel
to
some type of
Charlamagne, Angela Yee, the cameraman, pretty much everyone else in the studio, and plenty of other people. Overall, it was a really funny situation, and the comments were all clowning a ton on Envy, saying things like, Envy went to the bathroom to throw air punches in the mirror. Envy calls his wife like, hey honey, I did what you told me to do. Envy was one joke away from crying. Following this interview, Jesus and Mero talked about the situation a little bit more on one of their episodes.
This morning, DJ Envy got his light-skinned gum-sold feelings on the Breakfast Club.
Wow.
About you being on a show with your wife discussing why, I don't gotta say it, y'all know why y'all was there.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we made a joke about that. And you getting mad at me?
Fair.
They rewatched the clip and doubled down, going at how soft DJ Envy's response came off. The comments continued to shit on Envy as well, saying he definitely practiced that confrontation in the mirror a bunch of times. People also pointed out that Envy was being a little bit hypocritical because he was getting mad at the guys and telling them to respect his wife because of a joke when he was the one that cheated on her. Charlamagne took DJ Envy to what Charlamagne deemed the Breakfast Club court, where he accepted the apology and gave context as to why he walked out.
Breakfast Club court.
Now, don't get it twisted. I do accept the apology because when he apologized, he sounded sincere, like he really didn't know, and he apologized and he understood. The reason I left the interview is because you're a jokester, you're a comedian. And
Why does it always come back to Charlamagne?
And you make everything funny, and I was mad, and I didn't want that energy up here. So I said, I'm just gonna remove myself from the situation. If somebody falls on their face and bust their nose, you make a joke out of it. That's
because I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
No, you're not.
You already hurt, so why continue to just add on to the pain?
What's even funnier is that people called in after this and told Envy they just didn't agree with him. But in the end, it seems that the beef was squashed after Jesus and Mero sent a lighthearted joke gift to Envy.
Well, a year ago, DJ Envy walked out of our appearance on the Breakfast Club.
And this week, to celebrate his walkout anniversary, we sent him a peace offering, and he loved it.
Shout out to Jesus and Mero. They sent me a gift last week, man.
Oh, what they sent you?
Drop one of the
You didn't tell us that.
They sent me a gift last week, man.
What they sent you?
We got an edible arrangement that said happy anniversary from Dickhead Pussy.
Envy's wife even addressed the situation when she went on the Breakfast Club. And while Jesus and Mero had a much funnier incident, Lil Mama's interview would become so infamous and such a bad look for the Breakfast Club that many people in this video actually referenced it. Lil Mama's a successful rapper and actor, but you might remember her from how Jay-Z's 2009 VMA performance ended when she just invited herself up on stage. She was 20 at the time that this happened and
Bro, you know what's so funny, bro? It looked like she really supposed to be there, bro. But now I'm going back and understanding what happened, bro. And what... Baby girl, just sit your ass down. Damn. She was feeling that shit. She's like, yeah, I'm from New York. Yeah. Oh.
still went on to have a long and successful career.
Hilarious.
But this incident definitely had a bit of negative impact. 2 years after the VMAs and a break from music, Lil Mama appeared on The Breakfast Club to explain the situation.
Special guest in the building?
I can't believe this.
What?
I honestly can't believe that she showed up.
Let's pop it, Lil Mama.
Now, Lil Mama, you know,
crazy.
we give it to you hard on this show.
Already?
You know, one of my nicknames for you is the voice of the young struggle face.
What?
It's because you're young, but you have an old face. Like how Drake says, you know, I'm really too young to be looking this old. Like,
Nah, to be feeling this old. I got an old soul, but I feel like people tell me I look 12, 13. They tell me I'm sexy.
have heard. Everybody in this room has heard. Everybody says, okay, Lil Mama got to be like 30 something. She lied.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. If any individual said that you look sexy, followed in the things before that were you look 12 or 13 years old, nigga, that nigga needs to be hunted down. Old school witch style, hunted down. What are you talking about? What in the indictment? What are you talking about? Huh? She just said. They tell me I look 12, 13 years old. They say I look sexy. Honey, that nigga's a creep. Hello?
About age,
Yeah,
right? I
you
don't
know.
think it's necessarily true that they focus on one female at a time. I just think it's one female right now that people actually care about.
That's
that
popping.
has
Right.
generated interest. Like,
Right.
I mean, you only got one album, Voice of
Right.
the Young People,
Right.
one single that people remember. The
Right.
boss is popping. But
You're right.
Since then, you haven't done anything.
Charlamagne, like usual, came in hot as hell. Charlamagne, for whatever reason, was just roasting her, calling her old, implying she was ugly, and just making fun of her career. And then they eventually got to the elephant in the room, which was the VMA situation.
Now let's talk about Lil Mama's her biggest thing in her life. Not the album, not the TV show, standing on stage with Jay-Z
Envy, stop
and
trying to
Alicia
come
Keys.
from my neck talking about the biggest thing
That
in
was
my
the
life.
biggest.
Yes, it was. That was the biggest thing.
Because white people who don't know who Lil Mama is, Asian people who don't know who Lil Mama is, people over right now in Africa who might not know who Lil Mama is, say, who the hell is that girl standing next to Alicia Keys and Jay-Z?
That's when I realized that you were delusional as hell. Because what made you feel like you could get up and go on stage with Alicia Keys and Jay-Z?
Lil Mama tried to explain that it was just her showing love, but it got poorly received, and then Charlamagne just started making fun of her again.
Yeah, Jay-Z was like, who's this young man trying to get on stage to test me?
Yo, Charlamagne's son, his daughter, I just saw him, just beautiful. But anyway, I don't regret it.
And by this point, it seemed like she was getting tired of the comments. Lil Mama continued saying, well, she apologized, she doesn't regret it, and that many people in the industry supported her still, including Snoop.
I'm like,
Snoop gets high.
Yeah, Snoop gets high.
So he probably was just
what's the
talking out his
difference?
ass.
So what about if Snoop was right here right now? What would you say?
I would say, Snoop, you really want to do a track with Lil Mama?
It's already done.
Oh, you did a track with her?
Yeah, what are you saying?
Wow.
But yeah.
Shut it up, Charlamagne.
Shut up, Charlamagne.
Yeah.
Listen, are the rumors
No,
true?
he's ahead of himself.
Are the
Literally.
are the rumors true about Keisha Cole shooting a biopic and you're going to play a young Frankie?
You know what? I saw your little video. You're a mess. You need to stop. You need to stop it.
Charlamagne, of course, took issue with this. They took a call from quite a few Lil Mama fans who kept offering support, and right after this, Charlamagne went back in on her. He also said if your face was the Bible, it would be the Old Testament. I just thought that one was crazy. I had to tell you guys. And like I said, plenty of other people called in, and pretty much everyone was supporting her, which it seemed like bothered Charlamagne. He kept shit-talking her, and things were constantly tense. It started to seem like the interview was feeling a bit more friendly, like Lil Mama seemed cool with the jokes and would roast him back, but that didn't last too long. Then Angela Yee stepped in and asked Lil Mama a genuine question, and when she responded, things got serious.
Because for me, Little Mama, I feel like right now you're not focused on doing music. You said that you want to take a hiatus from music. You said that you want to move to Paris and all these different things, which leads me to believe that music is not your focus right now.
Yeah.
So if it was your focus, maybe you would be out there promoting. I mean, you haven't even...
Listen, okay, I've taken a step away from music already. I'm getting back into the music now.
Okay, so that's the
speak
plan.
for itself. I'm not here to say what I'm gonna do. When I was 17 years old, I put out an album while my mother was dying of cancer.
Right. Recipe.
That right there alone is a struggle. That's hard.
Right.
That's tough for anybody.
Charlamagne gonna start just on this
But
right.
my music will speak for itself. My actions will speak for itself. My mother will be proud. My father will be proud. At the end of the day, and nobody can stop me. Period.
She went on a rant pointing out the hypocrisy of Charlamagne not being supportive and how the show is putting artists down. I think Charlamagne caught the vibe because the jokes kind of stopped and he switched to a more serious note, and DJ Envy tried to end the interview on a high note. A lot of people tried to blame her crying on Charlamagne for bullying her the whole time, which definitely makes sense, but I mean, she kind of started after Angela Yee brought up her mom, so when I watched it the first time, that's what I thought it was. But regardless, this interview caused so many fans to be upset at Charlamagne for being so rude to a 20-year-old girl, which definitely makes sense. Around 5 years later, Lil Mama reappeared on The Breakfast Club with the tension being broken down immediately.
Breakfast Club, we got a special guest in the building.
She's returned to the scene of the crime.
Lil Mama.
Lil Mama's in the building.
You returned to the scene of the crime.
Last time you was here.
Why you use that?
He's so upset because everybody thinks Charlamagne's a bully.
Yes.
He is a bully.
Yeah, Charlamagne, you're a bully.
I didn't make you cry, right?
No, not technically, no. No, it wasn't you. You know who it was? It was Angela Yee, because I did see that. I did see the interview where you said, you know, it was Angela Yee, and then I watched it back. I said, wait, it was Angela. I got to whoop Angela. No, I'm playing.
So she made it clear that while Charlamagne did bug her a bit, she was mostly upset about her mom. Charlamagne was right back on the jokes, though. Then the whole crew tried to get Charlamagne to apologize, but I'm sure you guys can guess that didn't happen.
I think it's a good time for Charlamagne to apologize.
Hold on, wait, I gotta look cute.
You should apologize.
I do it because you were very mean.
I gotta look cute when I accept my apology.
And you do look cute.
Not apologizing.
You got to.
You should.
Come on, Charlamagne.
You were really mean. You know, you went a little shot.
Nasty stuff.
It was jokes.
When Lil Mama doubled down on Charlamagne going too far, she did admit that some of the things he was criticizing about her was accurate. Overall, the episode went much better than the first, so you would think that him and Lil Mama were cool now. But years later on an interview Charlamagne had with Fat Joe, Lil Mama commented, "At Charlamagne the God is a bitch-ass dude too." Why? Because when I review tapes on how he tried to trick me, a black young successful woman from the bottom, out of my spot, he actually goes on the list with the cops, killers, feds, and other haters. Charlamagne never addressed this comment. And regardless, this interview went down as one of the worst interviews in Breakfast Club history. If you guys like this video, you might like my similar video about Nardwuar interviews that have gone wrong as well, so make sure to...
Damn, that was quick as hell, Matty. Oh yeah, man. Shout out to 1.3 speed, man. So sorry, y'all nigga be rambling. So yeah, that was the most intense arguments in the Breakfast Club history. I mean, what was there not any more? You could have threw in Soulja Boy exposing Drake. That was too tough. That's a top 5. Try. You talk about the pedal the grassy. Hey nigga, hey that boy Soulja Boy top 5. He said, "But you know you got your nickname from Drake, right?" No, nigga. He said, "That's my middle name." I ain't gonna lie, bro. It seemed like Charlamagne started 75% of that ain't Breakfast Club still going to? That's crazy. I thought that's ended, but only thing that really happened was Angela Yee separated or something like that. Somebody need to do a breakdown of how that fell apart. I mean, they was doing this for like 10, 15 years though, so I don't know how long you expect something like that to keep going on. So then Charlamagne do be disrespecting his guests. If you could do a whole compilation of Charlamagne's top 30 guest disrespects, nigga, that should be comedy. That's the end of the video though. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video, share your thoughts on the video in the comment section below. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date when I drop videos on this channel. I will catch you in the next one. Stay safe, y'all.
Everything I see and I achieve it, bitch, we best. Everything I see and I achieve it, bitch, we best. Everything I'm seeing, I achieved it, bitch, you best believe it. It has been my Nintendo switch it, though, kick it with my kinfolk. Haters just be talking, so I really do not need their info. Yeah, they info. Yeah.